Hello guys, today I'm going to show you a flexible addressing system. Now, what do I mean by this? It's an addressing system that allows the user to set a specific address to a specific device. For example, you can see here we have an 8-bit address and we can set it to any address we want. And this is an address that comes, for example, from a CPU. It's the addressing bus, and the addressing bus has to be the same as the address we set to this device, and then the device will be enabled or not if the address is not the same. Now you may wondering why do we need something like this? Well, it's maybe not as useful for RAM, for example, but it has a really nice advantage for I/O devices. Why, you may ask? On my 8-bit CPU, I'm currently doing a time lapse about it. I will be building an I/O port system, which you can just copy and paste with Reddit or mcedit, and the user can set the address for every I/O port like he wants, and this saves a lot of wiring that has to be redesigned in this thing. So the user, if he wants to add a new I/O port to the system, he could just copy the complete port and set in a new address to the next one without changing anything in the wiring. This is for one simple example where you could use something like this. It's also pretty compact. It just consists of two basic logic gates. And let me demonstrate this for you. For example, let's set the address 10 in binary here. And now you can see the output here, which enables the address or the device you hook up to the address is turned off. And it doesn't matter whatever signal the CPU or the address bus gives here, the output will still be off since the address we defined here is not the same as this address. But if we input the correct address, in this case I input address 10, we set here address 10. Now you can see that the output is turned on and the address is selected. And if any other address is selected, the output will turn off again. Now we could just change the address, for example, to 11. Now you can see if the output is turned off again, and we have to set address 11 to the address bus to get the output again. So you can set the address like you want, and this address will be bound to the device you hook up to it, and it has to be the same address as on our address bus. Let's explain how it works. Now it's actually only two simple logic gates we need. The first logic gate is an XOR gate. As you should know, an XOR gate only gives an output if the inputs are different. Whenever the inputs are the same, either off or on, you won't get an output. And then we use a NOR gate at the end, where we tie all XOR gate outputs together. Now a NOR gate will only output if all inputs are off. If one input is on, the NOR gate will turn off. And this is how we can use it. Now, we know that the address is the same if both inputs are either on or off. So if the address is the same, all of the XOR gates will give a 0 as an output. And that will turn the NOR gate on. Now, if we, for example, say here address 1, now you can see the inputs here are different. So it's not the same address we have on the two buses. So this XOR gate will output a signal to the input of the NOR gate, and the NOR gate won't give an output anymore. But if we enable the correct address, then you can see both inputs are the same. So we have the correct address, and this XOR gate won't output anymore, so the NOR gate can output again. This is how simple you can do this system. So instead of building a decoder that has to be changed if you want to have a different address, for example as the IO I explained, then you can use this simple system. Now you can see I already prepared the buses to a second device like this, so I can show you how to build this. And let's begin with the XOR gate. We place two blocks like this and one block up like this. Now we place two redstone torches here and one redstone dust. We also need a redstone torch on this block and a block above it. Then a redstone dust, another block like this, and a redstone torch like this. Now we place a block on top of this redstone torch and a block above. Delete the one above the redstone torch and place a block here. Then we add another redstone torch, a redstone dust, and a redstone torch here, and a redstone torch here. And this is our XOR gate. Here's our output. This will be our input of the address from the CPU, and this will be the input from our lever. And now we need 7 more from these XOR gates, or how many addresses you want to have. In this case, I did an 8-bit bus, but you could expand or shrink this with the many addresses like you want. Before we place a block here and a repeater on it. And now to make it a bit easier, I will copy this and stack it with WorldEdit. But you could, in theory, also just build more of these by hand. Wait, forgot to select the output. So now we have our 8 XOR gates finished. And now we place the signs above it so we know which address is which. You have to obviously make sure that in this case the leftmost address is address bit 7, and it has to be on the correct address bus 7 on the lower bus, so you don't mix those inputs up. So in this case this is address 7, address bit 6, address bit 5, and so on. And now we need a NOR gate. This one is pretty simple. We just place a block in front of this repeater like this, and then we extend this until the last repeater, and we place a line of redstone on top of this. And this is an OR gate. Since it doesn't matter which line turns on, it will always turn this line above here on. So it's an OR gate. And to invert this, we place a redstone torch to make it to a NOR gate, and this is our output. And now we are done. This is our address selector. Now, for example, we could say address 1 here, and let's say address 2 here. And you can see since we have address 0 on our bus, we won't activate any of those addresses. This or this XOR gate outputs to the NOR gate. Now if we set address 1, we can see that this output is turned on, but this one is not turned on. So it selects this address, but not this one. And if we select address 2, this one will turn off, but this one will turn on since here we have address 2 selected. And every other address, for example, if we do at this address, for example, will turn both off since we don't have this address built in. Now that's everything I wanted to show you. See you next time and bye.